Hi everyone, welcome back to another one of our videos for the Bar Model series, the Blooming Bar Model series. This is Mohi. I'm a maths trainer, previously head of maths and head teacher. I've been training teachers all across the world for the last 10 years. I've been quite privileged to train teachers in schools, in-house, and also in large seminars with up to 250 people, which is absolutely amazing. In the pandemic, we also delivered some amazing webinars where we had up to 1,100 teachers attend and head teachers attend our bar modeling series, especially the EYFS ones, which were very successful. Today, in this episode, our last episode of this season, we're going to look at ratio, and then we're going to start a new season where we're going to look at maths CPD sessions, short CPD sessions, where we take on other topics and not just focus on bar modeling. But if you require any bar modeling training, don't feel that you can't contact us. Please do contact us, and we would love to hear from you and your comments below as well. Let's jump onto our whiteboard and start our first part of our video. So split into 2 or 3 parts. Let's see how it goes, and that way we can kind of make sense of ratio. The ratio typically comes in about year 6, and so how I would start ratio is to think about how we kind of split a group, I suppose, or how we why we use ratio actually, first of all. So ratios are used to ... What do we use ratios for actually? We use ratios to compare. So in this case, I'm going to compare the number of turtles in island A and in island B. This is what I'm going to do. And I might show my kids this using some sort of physical equipment, right? So it might be cubes, or it might be toys, or whatever I've got in the classroom. So I'll show them this. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so I've given 2 to island A, and I've given 1 to island B. I'm gonna do that again. 1, 2, and 1. So does that make sense? How many have I given to island B and island A? Can you see that? So do that again. 1, 2, and 1. Have I given all of the turtles? Have I used up all the turtles? I haven't, right? So I'm going to move this across a little bit. So I've got 3 more turtles left, right? So let's continue to do that. Got 1, 2, and a last one, 1. So every time I gave 2 turtles to island A, I gave 1 to island B. So that's what happened, right? So we can see that every time I give 2 to island A, I give 1 to island B. So I'm kind of like sharing these out, right? But not equally. And so we can say that we're sharing out these turtles. We're sharing out these turtles in the ratio 2 to 1. Every time I give 2 turtles to island A, I'm giving 1 to island B. Okay, so we might think about it in that way. And let me just move them all back. And or what we might do is also think of it using the bar model approach. Okay, so let's see how I might do that. So I've got 2 bars. Let's see. Undo that actually, make it a bit bigger. I've got 2 bars for island A, and I've got 1 bar for island B. So I'm going to share my turtles, or I'm going to look at this in the ratio 2 to 1, and I'm going to try to move these across. Okay, so I've got, let's see, one of these. I've got, every time I share them out, I'm going to share them out like this, right? Each bar represents a part. I'm going to put a turtle in each part. So you can see I'm still sharing them out in the same way. I'm giving 2 to island A. Every time I give 2 to island A, I'm giving 1 to island B. And finally, I give 2 to island A, and I'm giving 1 to island B. Can you see that, class? How many have I given altogether? There were 12 turtles. I should probably mention that before. There were 12 turtles altogether. So I've still given out 12 turtles. Island B has 4 turtles, and island A has 4 and 4, has 8 turtles altogether. Island A, 8 turtles went to island A, and 4 turtles went to island B. So if the turtles go to island A and B in the ratio 2 to 1, then we'll have 8 turtles in island A and only 4 in island B. That's how we can show or illustrate what's happening. But then we need to also kind of bring that back to a more abstract method as well, right? So let's have a quick discussion about that. So let me make this a bit smaller, if I can squeeze that in. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it does. Perfect. Okay, so have to do it again. Let's make this smaller. Do that again. Put this on this side. Here we are. This should work now. Make that smaller. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Last attempt. Right, last attempt. There's so much at the edge, and my fingers might be making a nuisance of themselves. There we are. That's better. Okay, right. So we've got the ratios 2 to 1. We've got 8 in island A and 4 in island B. What do we do now? Well, let's have a discussion about this, class. When we have 12 turtles and we have the ratio 2 to 1, we can say that there are 3 parts, right? There are 3 parts. 1, 2, 3 parts. And the ratio 2 to 1 shows us there are 3 equal parts. And so we have 12 turtles altogether. All of this is equal to 12. And so what we can say is that we can share or divide the 12 turtles into 3 equal parts. 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. Each part will have 4 parts here. 4 turtles here, 4 turtles there, and 4 turtles here. And so we can see that each section, each bar has 4 equal turtles, right? We have 4 turtles in each part, and altogether there are 3 parts. That's 4 times 3, that's 12 turtles altogether. And so what we can do by looking at the bar model approach is understand why we're dividing by the total number of parts in the ratio. 2 and 1, 3. We're dividing by 3. We can see the 3 by looking at it visually using the bar model approach. So we've got 1 part here, 2 parts, and 3 parts. It just happens to be that island A has 2 parts out of the 3 parts, okay? And so hence they've got more turtles in island A. Hope that made some sense to you. I think a short video like this should be enough for us to kind of understand the gist of how ratio can look like using the bar model approach, and how we can approach sharing a ratio, sharing an amount by a ratio, but also looking at what ratio actually means, which is literally, right, when we're sharing, for example, we're literally sharing them out in that ratio. 2 to 1 means every 2 that one group gets, the other group gets only 1 part. And so having a go physically, the CPA approach, concrete pictorial abstract approach, is something that we really make sure that our teachers understand very well and insist upon when we're introducing especially new topics, and continue to use it until children are happy to go on to the abstract. If you have any questions for me, please feel free. Oops, there we go. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask away in the comments below or email us. If you have a CPD request for in-house training for your school, please do email me. That would be great, and we would love to come into your school wherever you are. We travel all around the world to deliver CPD. We've gone from Germany to Egypt to Wales to England and London as well. Okay, so we go all around the world to deliver CPD, so feel free to contact us for more information. Take care, everyone. Let us know if this video has helped you, and we'll see you in the next season. Bye.